Hey y'all, well, I said I was alone, and I actually am, and it is White Trash Wednesday. I'm Chagrin and Barrett. Well, I said I was alone, and don't judge me. Hi everybody, welcome. It's White Trash Wednesday. Let's start this over. All right, welcome to White Trash Wednesday. We are talking about Texas Penal Code, Chapter 46 on weapons, and we're going to be talking about Section 4602, which actually I'm going to start up a little bit above that in 4601, and the definitions. In this chapter, club means an instrument that is specifically designed, made, or adapted for the purpose of inflicting serious bodily injury or death by striking a person with the instrument, and includes, but is not limited to, the following: a blackjack, a nightstick, a mace, a tomahawk. So, explosive weapon means any explosive or incendiary bomb, grenade, rocket, or mine that is designed, made, or adapted for the purpose of inflicting serious bodily injury, death, or substantial property damage, or for the principal purpose of causing such a loud report as to cause undue public harm or terror, and includes a device designed, made, or adapted for delivery or shooting an explosive weapon. Now we're on term 3. Firearm means any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. Firearm does not include a firearm that may have, as an integral part, a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by this chapter, and that is an antique or curio firearm manufactured before $18.99, or a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before $18.99, but only if the replica does not use the rimfire or centerfire ammunition. 4. Firearm silencer means any device designed, made, or adapted to muffle the report of a firearm. 5. Handgun means any firearm that is designed, made, or adapted to be fired with one hand. Number 6, illegal knife means a knife with a blade over 5 1/2 inches, a hand instrument designed to cut or stab another by being thrown, a dagger, including but not limited to a dirk, stiletto, or a poniard, I probably said that wrong, bowie knife, sword, or spear. A knife means any blade hand instrument that is capable of inflicting serious bodily injury or death by cutting or stabbing a person with the instrument. I want to pause right now because the main thing that y'all need to know about the new law in Texas is that it has changed the wording on here from illegal knife to location restricted knife. And it has changed the definition to only be a knife with a blade over 5 1/2 inches. All the rest of that goes away. It only means a knife with a blade over 5 1/2 inches. And so that's what I wanted to talk about, is that new law and what it means by the location restriction, which is, let me see here. Hi, Stags. Hi, Pikachu. Good to see y'all. Okay, so with the location restriction, it means churches, schools, anywhere that a school event or sporting event could take place, hospitals, mental health facilities, amusement parks. There are a few other locations where that goes into effect, but basically you can open carry basically even a sword now, as long as it's within that, not those places basically. Switchblades are now legal in Texas. Stilettos are now legal in Texas. Butterfly knives are now legal in Texas, which if the Angry Midget hadn't run off to Missouri, I'm sure she'd be really thrilled, because she used to have all those kinds of knives when we were growing up. Like, she had this, like, she would just lay them out on her bed. She had like a ton of them. She had switchblades. She had butterfly knives. She had the knives where the brass knuckles were built into the handle of the knife, which I didn't see that as really practical, because it just seems like you're going to end up slicing your hand when it gets folded over or something like that. But she had all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's really interesting. We have that. We have the open carry law, and we this month as well, our license fees went down for open carry and concealed carry. It's the same permit now. It's called license to carry, the LTC, and it is only down to $40 instead of $150 to take the test. So that's pretty cool. So that's what's going on with that. I'm really excited about that. And I've got a little list here. I'm all alone. I don't have anybody to bounce stuff off of right now. So I'm kind of all alone. So I went over my penalty code 4602, which I really wanted to go over because it's just interesting and it's Texas law. So of course I like it. Hi, Bendy Wendy 999. That sort of knife is a trench knife, says God Pikachu. Hi. And Staggerson is quoting the Second Amendment. Very nice. Very nice. So in theory, by that definition, you could sharpen a 6-inch nail and use it as a stiletto and it wouldn't be illegal. I don't know about that. I think they might have a little bit to say about that. So sorry about there not being any sound at the beginning. I'm kind of winging it by myself tonight, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know how long the sound has been off, so So I may have to clip this thing together and figure out some stuff. That's going to be great. Alrighty. So the next thing on my list was to do Redneck Cars. So let me pull that up. And while I'm doing that, let's ask the chat a question. Chat, we talked about weird names last week, or trashy names last week. What is the most redneck stripper name you can think of? I'll give you all a little bit of time to get that idea pulled up while I get our next visual feast ready. All right. Man, I wish I had somebody with me. You know what I can do? I'm going to just post this link in the chat since y'all guys are here. If y'all want to hop on, there you go. You're more than welcome to. That's how I've gotten on a lot of Steigerson. Candy. That's easy. I actually knew somebody named Candy. And yeah, she dated guys with prison records. Like every single one of them. And she was like a single mom with 2 kids. And man, she could drink beer. Anyway, but there you go. If y'all guys want to hop in here, I'm going to pull up the Redneck Cars. And if you'll give me a second, because I'm so lame. I'm all alone. There's nobody here beside me. Okay, guys. Here is our first redneck car. I'm trying to figure out the idea behind that. Like, did they just add it in to make it bigger? Because I don't think they did. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on this one. I don't know. Like, this one kind of makes sense to me because that's a mobile home. That makes sense to me. Granted, you don't have a front porch, but you know. I just don't know. This one here, I don't know. I can't think of it. But you know what? This one I can see needing with like Antifa going nutso and stuff. I could see needing this car. This car makes sense to me because, you know, Antifa comes around and like we're all racist and stuff because we're rednecks. So I could see that one. I could see that one. That one makes sense. I don't know if that's really redneck, although I don't see it as really easy to see and drive with that big vision impairment. I don't know if that would pass street inspection. Not entirely sure. I'm going to see what the chat has to say about some of this stuff. So what I'm going to do right now. Okay, well, good night, Stags. Okay, let me see this. Was this Redneck Lotus? Was this Redneck Yoga? I searched for Lotus Pose and your live chat was in the search results. I don't know how that happened. That is really interesting. I'm going to pop out the chat here and I'm going to put it on my screen so I can actually see y'all while I'm screen sharing. Since I'm all alone, I'm going to put the Hangout link here. If anybody wants to come on, that'd be great because I'm all alone. This is not how this is supposed to go. This is going to be craziness. All right. I'm just going to post the link in a few places. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. Because this was a disaster. And I should have known better. And I still did it anyway. That should all tell you about the state I'm in right now. I did this to myself. And I don't even know why. I'm a hot mess. I'm gonna be crazy. And let's do this and see who shows up because reasons. All right, guys, are we ready for this? Are we tired of just hearing me just trail off? Lotus pose is sitting cross-legged Indian style with both feet on top of your thighs, not a redneck thing. Definitely not a redneck thing. Bendy Wendy, that's just hilarious. I can do that pose. It's one of a couple that I can actually do. And I can do this really creepy thing with my arms where I like pop one out of socket and like wrap them around my head. But I don't think anybody really wants to see that right now. We're gonna go with getting this thing set up so we can broadcast. Let's see here. Got Pikachu. You certainly are hot. That's funny. You're funny, Pikachu. Oh wait, Bendy Wendy said something. The lotus pose or the creepy thing? No, I can actually do it. Let me see here. Oh, I gotta take my shoes off. All right. So, just 1 second here. Yeah, see? That's I know you're supposed to be a little more bendy for that, but that's about as good as I got. Okay, so can also do this thing since Bendy Wendy asked for it. So I do that. Ah. And I wonder if I can still do this one. I'm not entirely sure. I can still grab and reach. Yeah. Oh, I can't really do it anymore. I used to be able to like take and just go boop, and pop it over my head. But I can't. Yeah, I have feet. Carney. Maybe a little bit. All right, guys, let me share my screen. And we can get back to looking at trashy cars like we're supposed to. All right, guys, so that way y'all guys can move y'all over here where I can see stuff. All righty, let's see what y'all guys have to say. It's all right. I used to be way more flexible when I was younger. Of course, I was like 40 pounds lighter. Yeah, babies, woohoo. Rubber band girl, not so much. Okay, look at this one, guys. I don't know. Is it like you know, I just think that they would, I don't know how they would, what is it, tractor parts? I just don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I need thought processes for things. That move would be good for escaping handcuffs. I know I haven't tried that, but I've always wanted to try and escape from a straitjacket. And eventually I will work up to that because I'd really like to do that just once. Not that I plan on ever being in a straitjacket for realsies, but I would like to try to escape from one. Okay, this one I can understand. Snowplow, makeshift snowplow. Okay, that I get. Don't know why it needs diesel exhaust, but okay. I'm sorry, that one's funny. That's what Bubba takes when he goes to pick up Betty Lou for the prom. That's great. You know what? They can put a tarp in the back there, fill it up with water. They got a redneck hot tub. Just use a leaf blower to make the bubbles. All right, hold on. Let me see what the tractor with the Yugo on top. All right. Crossing your legs without using your hands. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't do that anymore. I used to be able to. I used to do this really weird thing where I'd get in the lotus pose and I'd walk on my knees and like scare my nieces and nephews. But anyway, this truck, I love this. I love this. This is hilarious to me. It's a monster truck. It's a monster limo and it's a truck. Like, there is so much going on. Like, and you know that's like the main thing about redneck, right? Why do when you can overdo? I love this. Papa Bear, I love this. I love this. This is making me like, because you know all they need to do to top off the night, Papa Bear, like I said before, is put a tarp in the back and put some water in it, and they got a redneck hot tub. Like, I just love this. I am almost speechless. This is amazing. All right, chat. Let's see what else we got going on. Okay. Oh, I love the decorative hinges. Now that's something you don't see every day. You got to give it to them. They had some ingenuity. I want to know if they just left the door open and somebody drove by and hit the door and there went the door. Or if maybe Claude found out Charlene was running around on him and he got so mad that he kicked the door off the hinges. I don't know. You searched that lotus pose and you ended up in a redneck chat. Well, maybe, Wendy, you were just meant to be here. The universe guided you here. You never know. At least that you didn't use gaffer tape to fix it. Yeah, Pikachu, there's an ocean between us and I think a language barrier too. Is that the same thing as duct tape? God, Pikachu, I got to figure out some stuff because, you know, he's across that big old pond. I'm glad you're having fun, Bindi Wendy. This is great. I do this almost every Wednesday, and it's normally either not always live. Sometimes I just pre-record my little white trash stories, which I'll get to in a moment. I just want to look at one more. The redneck way to watch a ball game. Okay. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on. That is amazing. Although I don't know if that classifies as redneck. But that does. That right there does. That is a John Deere chopper tractor. Chopper tractor? Chopper tractor. Oh my Lord, I love this. This is gonna make me giggle for a while. This is gonna make me giggle for a while. Oh my goodness. First of all, you got the cow skull. And you got the exhaust. You got the John Deere, you know, green and all that. It's a chopper and a tractor. And then you got big old girl with her tank top. And she got it right, y'all. She's got the white trash right, because you know she's got the white or gray tank top, but then she got the bright pink bra like popping out, which her boobs are popping out of that. So it was like a double popper, right, going on, or quadruple popper, should I say. Oh, that's greatness. That is greatness, y'all. I love that. That makes me happy. It's the simple things, y'all. And she wearing flip-flops. Yeah, she's wearing platform flip-flops too. Oh, it can't get better. Oh, it can't get better. That is greatness. All right, guys. So I'm gonna stop sharing that. And so who wants to hear my my story? Who's ready for that hot mess to happen? Because I said I'd tell the story about why I'm afraid of large birds. Now, I've talked before that I do have a phobia of snakes, and I really do. Did I mess this up? I might have messed this up. And I do. I have a fear of snakes, but I do not fear large birds. I do not. Yes, Miss Bindi. Hey, Falcon, little brother, what are you doing? Get your Georgia loving butt in here now. Do it. Now, Mr. Man. Falcon, get in here. Now. Big sis demands it. Get in here or I'm telling Mom. Seriously. Seriously, Falcon. Now. Now would be good. Do it. I'm surprised God Pikachu isn't in here either. I mean, I'd put the link out there. I guess people don't want to talk to me. They just want to type at me. All right. So while he's going, I will explain to you why I hate large birds. First thing, most large birds, like parrots and stuff, their beak is so sharp it can take off at least a pinky finger. Like it can snap a bone, like a pinky bone or something. Falcon, what's up, my man?
I don't wanna.
Oh, you're gonna. Where have you been?
Lots of late nights. I've been called twice in the past week and a half back to work in the middle of the night.
Oh, I was about to say, tell your girlfriend you need sleep.
Yeah, about that. Long story short, I found out she sorta is an SJW in some ways.
Ooh, like okay,
And yeah, I found out about that. I was started to avoid that subject, but I said, yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I said, yeah, I disagree. But and I started to talk about something else. She started going off the rails, and it was not going to work out in the end.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sugar. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you live and learn.
Yeah, this is why you marry young. Before they get all these ideas in their head, before they go off to college.
What it started with is I found out that even though she's doing not, I guess you can say kind of similar job than I am, she's making slightly less than me. But I found out she, right out of high school, went to college for 2 years and took a gender studies course.
Ooh.
Yeah. And she asked me what did I think? I said this might hurt your feelings, but I any girl I date, I tell her that if you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. And I looked at her and I said, I think you wasted your money.
Falcon.
Because yeah, I said, I think you wasted your money because it's not going to do anything good for you.
Well, I mean, it is hard to get a job with that, but ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Falcon.
I know.
Falcon, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Why you need to come back to Texas? Why'd you run away to Georgia? Even the hurricane.
Chagrin's home alone. I got a feeling Chagrin's home alone, guys.
Am I? Do you?
Is everybody down south in a John boat?
Well, Papa Bear says he wishes. He wants to go fishing. Leave it to that man. He did go dove hunting.
Yay!
And I got bacon wrapped dove, and there will be a video on that because that was delicious.
Oh God! Bacon wrapped dove with fresh cut jalapenos. Oh man! There's nothing better.
There's a problem with that. I'm only like, okay, so we all know that Texas is really northern Mexico. But I can only do so much of the spicy before, like, I get really bad heartburn, and I've been known to sleep vomit. Oh, I'll tell that story.
The sleep vomit, I'm not that way, but the other way I am. But real quick, my older sister, back when they lived in Killeen, my mountain bike is actually from Killeen. My dad was in the Army at the time. He just graduated from flight school. And after that, he went to fly Apaches, rest is history. But they were at a restaurant, and there was a bowl of fresh cut jalapenos in the middle of the table. And one of the guys, big, supposed to be a real tough guy, now a pilot, an army pilot, is eating the jalapenos and he's crying. He's complaining how it's hot. And my older sister, 10, grabs one, starts chewing on it and says, "It's not hot." A 10-year-old little blonde girl says, "It's not that hot."
Oh my gosh, that's clone. She does that too. I don't understand how they do it. Squeaker too, but no, he made some without jalapenos because, yeah. So my story is Taco Bell makes me sleep vomit. So here's what had happened, okay? I was like 15 at the time. And I basically lived at my youth pastor's house. And there was another girl who actually lived there full time. And that's my best friend. She's still my best friend. Her name is Bug. And Bug and I have been friends for so long that we actually swung it where we married brothers, and now we're sister-in-laws.
Oh, wow.
So we have been friends so long that we accidentally sort of fell in love with a pair of brothers. But anyway, so I'm hanging out with Bug, and I'm staying over her house, and they got Taco Bell. And I just ate a bean burrito, didn't think nothing of it, and there were onions in it. And I was like, oh, there's onions in this. I don't like onions, but I already halfway ate the burrito because we're really hungry because, you know, it's a bunch of kids and we ran around all day. Teenage girls eat just as much as teenage boys. I probably ate more than that. Anyway, I was like scarfing it down because I was so hungry. In the middle of the night, Bug swears to this day this is what happened. I sat bolt upright with my eyes closed. Bug, I'm going to vomit. I'm going to hurl. And she says, because like okay, so let me explain. There was a bunk bed. So there was a full-size bed and a twin bed on top. On the twin bed was another girl.
Don't tell me you were up top.
No, the twin bed was another girl on the top. And me and Bug were sleeping in the full-size. Yes, I shared a bed with Bug. But anyway, nothing weird happened. We were just best friends. Calm down, everybody. So I was sleeping next to Bug. I sat bolt upright. My eyes were closed. Bug, I'm going to puke. And she sits up, and she's like halfway away. She says, go to the bathroom. And in my brain, I got up and walked over to the bathroom and threw up in the toilet. What really happened was I turned my head to the side and threw up on her wall and down the bed. She has to wake me up from my sleep because I'm like, I just laid right back down. She wakes me and she goes and she's like, live with the smell because the smell was so bad. She doesn't even wake up the girl on the top bunk. We leave big girl up there. And Bug goes and sleeps in the living room and makes me scrub the carpet. And I couldn't get the smell out. So we actually had to rent a rug doctor. And I had to clean the whole carpet in her room because I made it smell so bad from my sleep vomit.
Oh, God. I've only ever once thrown up from Taco Bell. We were doing a 4.5-hour dive, and we had come out, and it was only an hour and like 45, 50 minutes into the dive, but that's when we got to decompression. So we had about 2.5 hours or so of decompression, and I had been feeling a little kind of queasy. And swimming against flow didn't help, and being in water didn't help. So with the regulator in my mouth, you can see on the video me start to shake, and then chunks float out from the regulator. And from his camera, from my camera, you just see and the camera shaking, and then the water changes color.
Oh man.
That wasn't the only time. Normally when I throw up, I throw up once, fine. I got right out of the water. And then I've dated very few girls, but this was the one girl I still keep in touch with her. Great girl, just didn't work out. But she went, "Hey baby, how is the nap?" And I just threw up right in front of her.
Oh.
She's standing up like on the top of this 3-foot cinder block wall, and she steps back just in time as I throw up right on top of the cinder block wall.
Oh man, that is rough.
She is the only person I realize I don't even trust my own family to drive my old Samurai that I used to have, but I let her drive that one time, and usually I don't do that.
Oh. Well, I've had to do that. I've had to load Papa Bear up and drive him when he was sick before, which was scary because it was the 2 times I did that was one time he had tonsillitis so bad his throat almost closed up because it was so swollen, and he was like hacking up blood. It was really bad. And the other time was when he had such a bad kidney infection, and I thought we were gonna lose him because it was really bad. He was in a lot of pain, and it turned out that he only has one functioning kidney.
Oh.
We didn't know that at the time.
How long did they give you an estimate as to how long that was going on? Or you just knew all of a sudden?
A birth defect that he didn't know anything about, and he was 3 when we found out. But I had to take him, and it was rough. But now he has to deal with me nagging him, drinking enough water. You only got one kidney, man, and I'll give you my other one of mine, but still.
Then the question becomes: are you two compatible as far as blood types?
I know
I got mine written down.
But
I drink 3 of these a day at least.
Good.
On a cold day.
Good. Oh.
And I highly recommend these things. This was $8 on Amazon. They usually run about 10. And my blue one is at work, but I've run over it with my bike, car. It's been abused, and it's still working.
We have the fake Yeti cups, and they work really well to keep everything cold too. Because I have to have the sippy cup. We got the fake ones that you get at Walmart that are like $10, and they're called Ozark Trail. They work pretty good, pretty much the same. Bendy Windy says, Taco Bell messed me up once. I had a burrito, and it was good until the last bite was just a glob of sour cream.
Oh, God. The Taco Bell in Marianna, Florida, never go there. Whatever you do.
I'm trying to show Wendy that I'm still in the lotus position because she said something about it earlier, and I just haven't gotten out. I might be stuck.
What is that?
This position.
Oh. Okay.
And
yeah, you're gonna have to lean back to get out of that.
Maybe. There. But that hurts a little bit after a while. Your like ankle hurts. Yeah, I used to be a lot more flexible and stuff because I used to do like stunt work, theater stunts, sword fights. I got a lot of the whole like the theatrical like grab the girl by the back of the hair and like drag her across the floor and thrown across the stage. And that was great and all, but I always ended up playing like the bad guy or like just the person that got beat the crud out of.
In school plays, we would always go overboard with stuff like that. I was always cast as the person going to hell.
Yeah. See, I was cast as the Mary Magdalene. And so the woman caught in the act of adultery, and I had to do this thing where the 2 guards are like standing in front of me, and at the point, at one part of the scene, I just turned to run, and they grabbed both my arms and they pull me over and they throw me into the ground, and you hear thud on the stage. And then they like pick me up and they throw me, and I roll. And then I'm supposed to stop at a point. And hi, Pokemon. And during rehearsal, it took me a few tries to stop on my mark. And so I rolled down several times on the stairs that were there by the stage. And so I went to work, and like my whole side of my leg is bruised, and I'm like limping the whole time. Like, what happened to you? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. And I had like marks all over my hands because they were grabbing me and pulling me and stuff. So
Ow.
I looked terrible. I'm like, I swear, y'all, I'm fine. I'm not getting beat up at home, just at church.
And an old friend of mine, Haley, I don't have the picture on this computer. It's on my old computer. My old principal, who's also a teacher and still a very good family friend, did the makeup so well on her that people would stop her and say, "Are you okay? Who is it that beat you up?" She would be like, no, I'm fine. And she was always a really perky, happy girl. Still is. And I found out yesterday she's pregnant.
Aw. Does she know what she's having yet?
Nope, she just found out.
Aw.
That is 2 out of half of the girls I've graduated with now are either one has a baby, and now another one's pregnant. So it's like everybody's going off, getting married, and having babies, and I'm like, I don't have to spill my drink today.
Okay, hold on. I gotta say something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Data Wasteland, hey. Okay, so you're prepping for Irma. Oh my gosh. Be safe, and you need to check in with us periodically. Okay, just so we know you're okay, Data. Please. Pokemon, you're a mess. Just saying, you're a mess. I guess I only got like 9 minutes left in my, no, actually I started late, so I've got a little bit more time. I put it in the description, and I haven't told it yet, but why I hate large birds. Are you ready for this, Falcon?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You've heard that I have my phobia of snakes. We know that that's a phobia. This is not a phobia. This is a hate. This is I do not like them. I don't want to be around them. It's not the same thing. So, Papa Bear, one of the first jobs that he had when I was around him, because I mean he's been working since he's 14, but when I started dating him, one of the jobs he had was he was a vet tech. So he had to go into the veterinary clinic after hours and feed all the animals and walk all the dogs, clean out the cages and everything like that. And there were some birds there. There was an African gray named Harley, which he taught how to whistle the Simpsons theme song. And that bird would mess with you. That bird had a foul mouth, for one. And so it liked to say really dirty words and ask for really dirty things. And there's like no response, like, shut up, bird, you know? And he also would mimic Papa Bear's voice. Like, he would say, hello, Harley, and it would sound like Papa Bear was saying, hello, Harley. And so I think Papa Bear's right behind me. Nope, it's that stupid bird. That's not the reason why I hate birds, though. There was another bird there, and his name was Snowy, and he was a cockatoo. And he was awful. First of all, I think he was like abused to the point where he was stressed out because he'd actually started plucking out all his chest feathers and stuff. So he looked kind of naked. And he was like really just like weird. And he would like flutter around and then he'd get on the ground and like spread his wings out and walk at you. So I'm being a good girlfriend at the time. I know, rare and all. I'm being a good girlfriend. I'm helping walk the dogs, at least the small ones that don't pull me too hard. Where I'm gonna, because I mean, this is like 40 pounds smaller than I am right now. But anyway, so I'm walking these dogs and stuff, and I'm bringing them back to their kennels and putting them in, and I'm bathing the little dogs and everything like that. And I look down this really dark hallway, and I kid you not, this bird is at the end of it. And he makes this nice noise. And then he flips his like crest up, and he starts fluttering like this and walking towards me. And all I'm thinking is, I just watched Hostel. And I'm thinking about how they cut that guy's Achilles tendons and he couldn't walk. And it got in my head, because I'm weird, this bird's coming after my Achilles tendons. And so I run. And this thing is fluttering after me, chasing me. And I'm like, Mama! And I hated that thing. Evil little chicken.
My dad, when I was about 8 and I grew up around airplanes and in and out of hangars and all that, I don't know how, he convinced me there were hangar snakes. And they hung up in the tops of the hangar and just waited until you walked underneath.
Okay, I've heard of tube snakes and tire snakes. Hi, Stephanie. Lots of, oh, sorry, just checking on some stuff, guys.
Yeah, I put in there, even, I really should do a video on this. Well, I recorded something earlier, but my computer is acting weird. A simple first aid kit, make sure it has a suture kit, pack it with as much sterile gauze and alcohol pads as you can put in it, because you never can run out of those. Well, you can never have too many. A little bit of rubbing alcohol, or instead of that, a little more versatile but not as streamlined for the particular purpose, is a very, very high proof liquor, because it can be used for many, many different things. This stuff you can't drink it. The liquor you can add it to water. Various different things you can do with it. And stuff like vacuum packed rice. A lot of people, they don't think about it, but I got a half-pound sack of rice sitting in the cabinet just for if I ever need it. I chose that over beans because I absolutely hate beans.
Unless they're refried, don't come at me with that.
Oh, refried is worse.
There's something wrong with you.
I'm sorry. I'm not a bean guy. I'll eat mushrooms a little bit, but they're rubbery, and I'm not a big fan of that.
They taste like dirt. What's your problem?
They taste like tire.
Tastes like dirt.
Well, they were in the dirt.
Okay, I have a question for you, because I've used this personally, but I've actually used super glue to like seal up a wound before, like, because I actually like almost cut my thumb off, and I've used super glue to hold it together till it heals.
That's what it was invented for.
So yeah, super glue is always good to have for bonding. It's basically like Dermabond, but cheaper.
Well, and if you get a super glue from like Horizon Hobby, they have more of your model not toy, model airplane store, online stores, that kind of thing. You can get different types of super glue, so you can get some really thin, fast curing stuff, or some really, really thick stuff that takes a long time to cure, and solvent. It's definitely good to have a little bit of solvent that will get rid of it, because there are cases where you have to open up a wound, and the last thing you want to do is to cut at the edge of the super glue through good tissue, because it's going to be a lot of pain and more blood and all that kind of good stuff. Plus, then you still have to cut out the other bit of super glue, so you got to make the wound bigger.
Okay. Stephanie in the chat says, even though it sounds gross, but maxi pads for big wounds work too. Yes, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with those. They're sanitary.
I've got them in here
Yeah,
for that reason.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with those. I mean, it's not like you're using used ones. Like, they're clean.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. What else can we tell
And
everybody?
Pokemon is right. Tampons are actually very good if you got a small wound and it can fit down in it.
Yeah. Bullet holes, I'm guessing. That's a joke.
You may have kicked down the door first, but I mean, my rule is you kick down the door. First thing is I'm going to shoot you. I'm going, and it's going to be a shoot to kill. After that, I will render aid.
Yeah, I won't. Don't bleed to death on the floor. But then again, I'm actually, you're more likely to get shot with birdshot from me than you are my 45 because I don't want it going through the wall and hitting one of my kids.
I've always used a 20 gauge with birdshot.
Yeah, got the 12 gauge, which that's fun. I want to go out shooting again. I am digging that. I might have been converted to a long gun, but I still love my Ruger. Don't get me wrong, but it's just really fun to shoot skeet. Why are you laughing at me, boy?
I'm like, thank you, because when it comes to handguns, I bought one when I turned 21. I own 4.
Yeah.
A Ruger LCR, a Polish P83, which is my first gun, and I will never sell that gun. A Ruger Mark III 2245 Light, and a SIG P320 Compact, which I'm waiting to get back from for SIG to get back with me because there was the voluntary recall going on with it. Not worried, but might as well. I've always seen a pistol as a very purposeful thing. It's not really meant to. I never saw it as a fun gun, and I don't really enjoy them too much. You give me an old bolt action rifle, oh, I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah. We've created 2 little monsters though. Both Clone and Squeaker have asked for 22s for Christmas.
That's good.
I haven't got that kind of money though, Falcon.
Well, you can get them used. You can do this, that, and the other. I would say they're not going to like it at first, but it's really going to help with marksmanship. I learned on a single shot breech loader. That helped a lot because you make your shots count. But a bolt action 22. It's not going to be like, oh, I got a semi-auto. Pa, 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 pa.
They love the semi-auto at the range. They had a blast with that. What's the mini one that looks like a mini AK? Because we rented it, but now I can't find the paperwork where we rented it to see what the make and model was. But it's like a little mini 22 caliber that looks like an AK, and they loved it. They had a blast with that thing.
I don't know. I haven't been looking at AKs recently. I am slowly saving up, and they're starting production around my birthday this month. So I'm like, oh, that's so cool. You're like 2 years late, but still, this is worth it. The HMG Sturmgewehr. It's gonna be about a year till I can afford to get it, but that's like, I can't wait for that gun. I can't wait.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I need to say this because Stephanie put this in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's really important to say this since we were talking about being prepared for hurricanes and floods and stuff. Start checking for shelters that accept pets now. Don't, for the love of all that's good, don't leave your dogs chained up in the backyard. I heard that was a problem in Texas, and it broke my heart.
Yeah,
that's always. There's always so many animals, like strays and pets too, that end up drowning in situations like this. And yeah, try to get them out, try to get them shelters. I thought it was really sweet. My church is doing what's called Hope for Houston. So they're actually like loading up on supplies to take down to Houston. And I saw like in the foyer next to my children's church classroom, and I was going in, but I saw that kind of touched my heart, and it probably shouldn't as much, but I thought it was really cute that somebody had like big old bags of dog food that they were gonna take down there. Like there was towels and they're asking for clean underwear, like new underwear, new socks, clothes, new shoes, things like that to take down, not just food items. Which, by the way, everybody, if you can, please donate to the Houston Food Bank. That is a local charity, and it's actually going to help the people there that need help. And they're also doing dry goods.
If you can't afford that, at least donate blood or plasma to the Red Cross. They're always in need of it, but it always helps, and especially for this. Also, a lot of people don't realize this, but if there's a nearby lake and you have, like, I know this sounds silly, but you have a boat, anchor it in the lake with lots of, and pay out lots of road, and somebody can use it later when they're trying to recover people.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, well, the registration number will always track back to you. Depending if it's a Coast Guard registered vessel, then technically, because it's inland, it is not deemed abandoned, so it is still your property no matter what happens to it. If you leave it in a navigable waterway, such as a river, a bay, whatnot, then it is technically deemed abandoned, and anybody who notifies the Coast Guard can salvage it.
Gotcha. It's good to know. I hope everybody stays safe, though. Stephanie, you're anemic, so I can't donate blood either. My doctor won't allow it because same problem, girl. Yeah, and just no matter how much weight I've gained, that's one thing that still doesn't really work for me. I cannot donate blood. I've tried to donate plasma. I do pretty well on that. I haven't gotten lightheaded the last few times I've donated it, but I have had that happen in the past. Gotten really lightheaded and not able to even stand up. Oh, the joys of being me. Yeah, so everybody please stay safe. There's like floods and there's fires and oh my gosh, the U.S. is just going for, and Antifa. Why the heck are we dealing with these guys too? And apparently the stupid retarded cousins that we all wish would just get some sense and act right. They decided to all show up and do stupid stuff too. It's like we were doing so good and making good progress, and then you turn up. We don't like you either. We are not on your side. Racist. Okay, listen, KKK guys, white supremacists, I don't like you. I don't.
I'm pretty sure that the majority of the country does not like them.
Yeah, exactly. And Antifa, I don't like you either. Either sets of y'all try knocking down my door, you're gonna get the 12 gauge in your nose. You just are.
I have openly said, and I know some cops, and apparently this at the last city council meeting that I actually attended, first one I ever attended, which was boring as hell. The police brought up that quite a few people had volunteered their services if any of these groups decided to show up and cause trouble. And they said we won't need our marksmen. We've already got a handful of them.
Wow. Stephanie says, how about instead of fighting each other, we work together to help with wildfires, floods, and hurricanes. We got bigger stuff to deal with. I agree, Stephanie. I agree so much with that. Can we just all agree that we're all human beings, and can we just put all this to the side? But I mean, we can't even get over that FLOTUS wore stilettos to walk onto an airplane.
Oh God. I mean,
Like, why? She showed up. This is my same issue as the Kylie Jenner wore a crop top to church. She showed up. She went to church. Leave the girl alone.
here's what I say about that. You look at what happened with Bush during Katrina. They just flew over. Obama, last time there was any big thing like this, didn't even show up. And even though it was for show, because that's part of what being a leader is just showing people that you care. They passed out boxes of food.
Yeah,
That says that, hey, I'm here. I want to help.
Well, from what I heard, it wasn't just a photo op, though, because he was there for hours.
Yes.
So it wasn't just like a 15-minute photo op. Hey, Robert, what's up, man? How you doing, bud? Yeah, so that was crazy. Oh, did you hear, Falcon, you weren't here earlier, but did you hear that there is a new open carry sword law in Texas?
What?
Oh, yes, baby.
I thought it was legal to carry a sword in everywhere but like Austin.
Butterfly knives are legal now, baby. My switchblade is legal now. And here's the thing, it's no longer illegal knives, it is location restricted knives, and the wording has changed where the only thing that matters on that is a 5.5-inch blade. So
that's
booyah!
the same for us.
Oh my gosh. I am so excited about that. Y'all don't even know. And I'm just like, I need a new pocket knife.
I need a cavalry saber.
Oh, I've got 2 swords, but I actually need a pocket knife. Of course I have 2 swords. What normal Native American girl doesn't have 2 swords?
Yeah.
No, they've taken out a lot of the verbiage there, and location restricted means like schools, bars, sporting arenas, amusement parks, mental health facilities. Did I already say hospitals? Places like that, you can't carry it. But like we had somebody, because I work at a sign shop, asking for something like, no, flails and maces still fall under the clubs, and those are still illegal.
If you're carrying one of those, we're gonna have a talk. Because it's like, sir.
I do know that long guns, as in rifles, shotguns, they don't fall under most Texas laws at all, like with open carry or anything, because
here in Georgia, with the exception of it is location sensitive, so you can't carry into a hospital except for a time of emergency. Basically, during a time of emergency, you can carry absolutely anywhere, including inside federal buildings. But I could throw that K-31 over my shoulder and walk down the street, and there's not a damn thing anybody can do about it. Right? Completely legal. And a lot of people don't understand this. The reason why it's legal originally was for hunters. When they at first banned carrying a firearm in the state of Georgia, a lot of people started getting arrested for going out hunting. Mm-hmm. They'd grab their rifle, walk to their truck, and put it in their truck. Well, you walked outside carrying a rifle. So, sorry, you broke the law. So they had to make that exception.
Yeah, there's the LTC, which is a license to carry, which covers in Texas the open carry and the concealed carry. That fee has gone down from $150 to $40. But this mama does not need a LTC because I'm already ready to punch people in the throat at Walmart. Like, I've almost done it twice.
I go to Walmart usually on Thursdays because nobody's there.
Well, I've had 2 creepers try to like put their hand on my child in Walmart. This is why I should not shop at Walmart, but it's just cheap and it's quick and I can get everything I need in one spot. But like the kids are like right there by me, and someone actually said something really funny. Like one time, one of the kids got somebody got too close. You need to back up because my mama will punch you in the throat. And I'm like, yep.
I remember a couple weeks ago it was raining here, and my nephew and niece were in town. I gotta plug in, but my nephew and niece were in town, and I was doing some grocery shopping at Walmart with my nephew, and I had a really light jacket on because it was raining, and of course I was carrying, and I'm that guy that if I can get away with carrying outside the waistband, by God, I'm doing it because I hate inside the waistband. It's the only way I can carry without a jacket. Anyway, this guy is staying real close behind us. Eventually, I take off my jacket, throw it in the cart, and right after I do that, he starts backing away because he sees my revolver.
Dude, I saw this really cool holster. Like, there's like 2 different types that I would like to get depending on what I was wearing. But I saw one that actually like goes like right here against the side. The only thing is like you have to pull it from underneath. But that's a really cool looking one.
Which way is it facing? Because a lot of shoulder holsters actually face back, which I can't stand because then you're muzzling everybody.
Yeah.
There are some that face down, which I think is like the only safe way for a shoulder holster.
I believe it's down, but it's like it's built so that it kind of conforms to the curves of a female, if you know what I mean. And so it's a little more discreet.
That and a belly band. I've heard that is women do like that.
Yeah. I've also thought since I like to wear a lot of skirts and stuff, I could conceal carry with the thigh strap.
You could?
Because I do like to wear, and most of my skirts and stuff are shorter, so it would work.
Thank God there's a woman out there that likes wearing skirts.
I do like wearing dresses and skirts. I like to feel pretty every now and then. I do like jeans though because they're just really practical, and honestly, like I do always have something running around me. Like if it's not the cat, if it's not the kids, it's somebody else's kids. I mean, I don't know what it is, but something just exudes. Come and bother this person. Like I literally had a toddler walk into my class today, like a little like baby. So that was great. I was like, "Hi, come here!" And then I picked him up, and he cried because babies are afraid of me.
Some people, it's like, "Hi!"
And you know what makes me so mad? Papa Bear makes every baby smile and laugh. He goes, hey, and they go, ah! And I like, ah! I'm like, ugh.
My dad is like that with pets. I could be sitting here. My mother could be sitting next to me and my dad on the other side. Oh, look, there's the cat. And it's sitting in Dad's lap.
Oh, no, Prince is my baby because he actually will cuddle with me. And he is around, he doesn't chase mice. He's a little bit entertaining. But his main thing is to keep away the baby fever. That is his whole function in life. Is to keep away the baby fever. So yeah, that's great. Ugh. I really want another baby though, but I just want another 4-legged one, and I want it to be like a pit bull maybe. Somebody says no. We don't have the time, honestly, but like I want there's always got to be a baby in the house, and now that Prince is older, he's not a baby anymore. He's like almost 3 years old. This is awful.
Yeah, I get that. You're a mother, and you always act like that, no matter what.
Oh my gosh, I always want like babies, and this is like something like I kid you not, like with the children's church thing, I like almost cried this year because all of the kids that started out in my class, like when I first started at that church, almost all of them have moved over you. I've moved over to like the teenage class, and none of them are in my class anymore.
Yep.
I literally went up to one of their moms and said, "Why are they still growing? Stop! Make them stop!" She's like, "I know."
You're poking them and going, "Where's the pause button? Where's the pause button?"
Yes. Okay, the stuff on the shelf behind me is misandrous, but I love it so. I'm sorry, I do. I love action movies. I love comic book movies. I do. And I don't care how misandrous they are. See, I grew up watching, like, with my dad, Jean-Claude Van Damme. I watched all the Indiana Jones movies, the original 3, the actual good Star Wars movies.
I
All
watched
sorts
Star
of really
Trek.
weird bad sci-fi. Like, all the bad sci-fi. Yeah, I've watched it.
This is well, my family, we're not Warsies. We're Trekkies. So
Oh,
I've had Netflix for 1 month. In a couple days, it'll be 1 month, and I have yet to watch anything but Star Trek.
there's something wrong with you. Why do you like that?
It's cool. It's actually good, except for Discovery. Discovery is going to be absolute crap. I guarantee it. Not worth watching.
It's all crap. It's all boring.
Okay, except for the Kelvin timeline, I'm not a fan of, but except for one scene.
Star Wars, 4, 5, and 6. That's all you need.
I've seen him, and I'm like, how does that work? How the heck did you cut someone's hand off with something made out of light? Would it just incinerate his hand? I know I overthink things.
It automatically cauterized it.
I overthink things.
So do I. Did you ever watch Legend with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry?
Long time ago. I not right off the top of my head.
That was one of the ones, like, okay, see, so what my dad would do is he would, like, sit in his chair and he would, like, watch the same movie and then he would rewind it, because this is back when, like, I don't know if you know about this, Falcon.
VHS.
But there were,
I grew up with VHS.
Back when I was a kid.
I got all the whole series on 3 VHS tapes, even though I don't have the player anymore, of Monty Python's Flying Circus.
I have not seen all that. I've seen The Holy Grail. That's really funny.
That is my favorite movie. Favorite of anything they ever did. Absolute favorite. And I especially love the swallows. The swallows and the coconuts.
I do like that, but no, one of my favorite movies is something that, like, I can't even own because I don't want to watch it and the kids overhear it. It's so bad.
Uh-oh.
Boondock Saints. I freaking love Boondock Saints. And it is so bad. And then there's another, oh, yes, American History X, that's pretty
That is messed up.
That is a good movie. Like, it is very engaging, but it's hard to watch. Suspect Zero is another one that I really love.
Matrix. One scene in the Matrix I cannot watch.
I don't like the Matrix. I'm bored by it.
It weirds me out, is what it does.
I like Bride and Prejudice, the Bollywood version. The Bollywood version called Bride with a B. Bride and Prejudice. It's a Bollywood musical version, and it's got the chick who was in the Pink Panther 2, that really hot Indian chick, and it's good, and I enjoy it. And
I actually do like that. But
and I might get around to the soundtrack sometimes. Just maybe. You're thinking about it now. Did you try to wear a sari?
No. I'm trying to think of something. Oh, one of my, you could probably say is my second favorite movie, Forrest Gump. I've seen that so many times. I have the soundtrack on my phone. I love that movie.
Okay. That is one that I will watch. I really like the Avengers movie too, like the The original first. That was
The
pretty
first
good.
one, yes. After that, it's just goes downhill.
And I love almost all the X-Men movies. And I know that's bad because it's been like ruined because of that guy that was a part of it that was messing around with underage girls. And so it's like it just ruins everything.
I was a little young for the X-Men movies, and my family isn't the family that really watches superhero movies that much, especially DC stuff. But I really did like First Class because the airplane nerd in me loved seeing when they go and walk into the hangar with the SR-71 Blackbird sitting there.
Oh man, Hugh Jackman though. I don't know if you know this or not, Falcon, but from the time I was 13 up until now, I've had a huge crush on Hugh Jackman. He is my free pass. Like I love me some Hugh Jackman.
I'm pretty sure a lot of girls have said that.
Oh yes, I know, and I know, it doesn't matter. This is why he's my free pass because I have about as much chance of that happening with Hugh Jackman as Papa Bear does with Jessica Biel, who is his free pass.
I
So
don't think I have a. I don't think I have a free pass.
We actually sat down and discussed this when we were dating. Like, look, we gotta discuss this.
Oh crap!
I know this is a deal breaker, but what about this? Like, of course, like when you're like best friends for like 5 years before you date, you kind of sort of like, okay, hold on, we need to set some boundaries here and ground rules. What's the possibility of X situation ever happening? What's the possibility of Y situation ever happening?
That's when you go. Where are you going with this?
We were planning for all future events. I did not get everything. I was like, oh yeah, we're not gonna have kids for a while. We're gonna, I'm gonna get a career.
And baby fever.
And I got knocked up anyway.
And the biological clock said, okay, time for baby.
Actually, though, I really wouldn't have it any other way because now I have enough energy to chase them around and drive them crazy and prank them just as much as they prank me.
That's what I say. Have a lot of like even my parents. My mother was 20 when she got pregnant with my older sister, and she looks back at it and says, "We were too young. We should have waited a while." And it's like, you wouldn't have had any energy to do anything.
Yeah. Honestly, it's true because if you think about it, let's see, I've got 8 years with one of them and 11 with the other, and then the house is empty. It's just me and Papa Bear. In like 11 years, I'm gonna be like 42.
And then think of this. Somewhere then a few years after that, you got grandbabies.
No, I don't know. I don't think. I'm already a great aunt, so I'm good on that front. Like, people pop out babies in our family like all the time. I don't have to have grandbabies anytime soon.
In my family, it's the exact opposite. It's like, oh, y'all have been married for 5 years. So, are y'all gonna have any children? No, damn it. Like, if I don't have children, the family name stops completely.
Oh, honey, I've got 25 nieces and nephews.
Yeah, your family name ain't stopping.
No, not on either side. Each of my brothers has my maiden name, and they got like 10 kids total, 5 each. And then on Papa Bear's side, there's like 6 kids, and 5 of them have 2 kids a piece. And then there's all the different relatives and stuff like that that also have the same last name. Yeah, we ain't going nowhere. But
on my mother's side, there aren't any kids that took the family name. None of them. So Ball, that last name dies out with that line. And then on my father's side, I am the only boy on my
Yikes.
father's side. So I have no male cousins at all.
Wow.
And I have no brothers at all.
Oh, you were surrounded by estrogen.
So whenever I say to a girl, you're not going to surprise me too much. I grew up around women. I truly do mean it.
Yeah.
I've got an older sister who's 12 years older than me. I got a younger sister who's 3 years younger than me. I'm closest with my younger sister, and I am very, very, very protective of her. Anybody who knows me doesn't dare ever lay a finger on her.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
but
the same way with all my siblings. Even my big brothers who like can handle themselves, they basically would have to throw me back in a room and lock me in the closet if anybody messed with them. Because I would go after them. It's basically like a little chihuahua going after like the Great Dane. Like that's what happens. Because I'm pathetic.
One of her boyfriends once tried messing around, busting a move, and I grabbed him by the collar and pulled him outside, and I said, "Boy, you bust a move, and I'll bust your face."
Oh, that's funny. Oh man, poor clone. Oh my God. Think about it. She brings over her first boyfriend. Papa Bear's going to be cleaning the 12 gauge, and I'm going to be cleaning the Ruger. Poor clone. Yeah, so where you going? You know, there's a lot of different ways that you can kill somebody. They won't even show up on a talk screen.
So, 8 o'clock? Yes,
Right.
sir. 6:30.
Oh man.
I've never had that problem of bringing a girl back home late, except for prom.
Prom don't count.
I only say that because I had a flat tire. And I called him and said, "Hey, we're going to be a few minutes late. I got a flat tire." I sent him a picture. And then I sent another picture. She sent a short video later of me. I took my jacket off, button up shirt off, because my mother would kill me if I got anti-seize on those. But you could see me with my torque wrench, it just struggling to get this thing loose. And I said, then you hear me in the middle of it go, "Virginia, is my breaker bar back there?" I could. The lug nuts were seized. The left rear tire on this 1987 Suzuki Samurai. Normally, stuff never seizes on those things, but these lug nuts, by God, were seized.
Oh man, that's great.
It's one of those, you look at it and go, "This is a joke. There's no way this could happen." I ended up replacing half of my 3 of my 5 spines. 2 of them could just spin freely.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Falcon, it is late. I need to go to bed. All right. Okay, guys, this has been White Trash Wednesday. I'm Chagrin and Barrett, and my involuntary guest that I made come on my show tonight is Falcon Millennial. Falcon, show your channel, hun.
I'm Falcon Millennial. I rarely, if ever, post a video, and every now and then I do a live stream.
All right. Well, you've seen us here. Y'all guys have a great night. Bye. Oh, one more thing, though. It may not always be Wednesday, but you can always be trashy. Bye.